A$AP Rocky is facing serious charges after an incident in Hollywood. The rapper, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, has been charged with 2 felonies involving a semi-automatic gun. This happened in November 2021, near Selma and Argyle Avenues. Prosecutors say that during an argument, Mayers pointed the gun at an old friend and grazed his left hand twice. A$AP Rocky is set to appear in court on Wednesday. If found guilty, he could be sentenced to up to 24 years in prison for the alleged shooting involving A$AP Rocky. The trial for A$AP Rocky's case is currently ongoing, and things aren't looking great for him. Back in 2021, the group faced major issues after the death of founding member Josh on October 16th. One of the biggest struggles was that Rocky was always the face of the group and had the most money. Because of this, everyone expected him to step up and cover big expenses. The members believed he would take care of Josh's funeral costs. However, 12 days later, A$AP Rocky testified that Rocky had promised to pay for the funeral but never followed through. Text Rocky a message saying, "You're so fake it's sad. Don't ever forget who introduced you to this life. When I was at my lowest, you looked at me like I was a piece of with RI." Getting heated, he talked bad about Rocky to another friend over text. Really told
his friend that Rocky was a piece of and declared, "I'm gonna up." Now it's funny, they showed you a lot of text messages. I didn't see that one.
The two then agreed to meet on November 6, 2021 in Los Angeles in hopes of talking everything out. 2 other members ASAP. Ills and 12 came to the meeting. This is where REI claims Rocky pulled out a firearm and said, "I'll take you out right now," before putting it away since people were close by. But rather than calming the situation down, it only escalated further. REI continued badmouthing Rocky by saying how he failed his friends from back home. Other members were struggling and still living in the projects. This ultimately pushed Rocky to pull out the firearm again, and that is when he used it a few times towards REI, which left REI with only his knuckles getting. The case against A$AP Rocky continues to capture widespread attention as it unfolds in court. The rapper, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, is facing serious charges related to an alleged altercation with his former friend, A$AP Rocky. The situation escalated in November 2021, and since then, Rocky has been navigating a challenging legal battle that could have far-reaching consequences for his career and personal life. The allegations against Rocky are serious. He has been charged with 2 counts related to affecting someone with a firearm after allegedly aiming a weapon at Rocky during an argument. The incident took place on a Los Angeles street, and prosecutors claim that Rocky pointed a semi-automatic gun at Rocky, grazing him in the hand before Rocky fled the scene. After the incident, Rocky texted Rocky, accusing him of trying to take him out, to which Rocky responded, "Stop making stuff up and call the police if I went at you." This exchange only added fuel to the fire, as it painted a picture of a tense and deteriorating relationship between the two. Despite the seriousness of the charges, Rocky has rejected a last-minute plea deal that could have allowed him to avoid a lengthy trial. The deal offered him the chance to plead guilty to 1 count, serve 180 days in jail, and accept a 7-year suspended sentence along with 3 years of probation. By accepting the deal, he would have avoided a much harsher sentence, but would have had to admit guilt. Instead, Rocky declined the plea, choosing to face trial instead. This decision has left many wondering why he would take such a bold step, especially given that there is video footage of him allegedly holding the firearm on the same day. The choice to decline the plea deal was undoubtedly a risky one. If convicted, Rocky faces up to 24 years in prison, a reality that could completely alter the trajectory of his life and career. So why did he decide to take this route? According to his defense team, they believe they can successfully beat the case in court. The strategy appears to be one of fighting the charges in the hopes of proving his innocence. But this defense could be a double-edged sword, as the evidence against Rocky, including the security footage and Rocky's testimony, could present a significant challenge for the defense team. In a bold move, Rocky's attorney revealed that the defense has an important piece of evidence that could work in his favor. The firearm involved in the altercation was reportedly a prop gun. According to the defense, they have 2 witnesses who can testify that the gun Rocky was holding was a prop firearm, not a real one. If this claim is true, it could significantly weaken the prosecution's case. However, it remains to be seen whether the defense can convince the jury that the gun was indeed a prop, and whether this argument will be enough to sway the court in Rocky's favor.
So Rocky's lawyer just said this in court.
So many people said to me this morning, I told you so, that this was going to happen. And I'm trying to keep my composure. I don't know if I've ever been this upset in a court in my whole career, both as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney. I have to be honest with you. This is not right. It's not fair to him.
Defense that a prop was used, then they got the jury seated, and then last night or earlier this morning, prosecutors sent Rocky's lawyer a report, and Rocky's lawyer had a meltdown saying, I'm not going to trial if they're going to be allowed to use this report that they've never shown me before. I need multiple days to get an expert to look at this report and come up with our own conclusions to even understand what this report says. Rocky's lawyer is asking the judge to throw the evidence out and go forward with the trial. The judge might say, no, we're going to pause the trial and you can go get your expert. Or the judge might say, tough luck, trial continues, the report is in, good luck. Let's see what happens.
ASAP Rocky's ongoing trial has captured the public's attention, with numerous developments adding to the complexity of his legal battles. As the days pass, it becomes more evident that the situation is far from simple, and the outcome remains uncertain. With each new twist, from the jury selection process to debates over crucial evidence, it's clear that Rocky's defense team has its work cut out for them. The situation is unfolding piece by piece, and we are yet to fully see where it will lead. Let's break down the key points of this case and the challenges that ASAP Rocky faces in the coming days. The trial, which has already been underway for some time, has been marred by numerous legal hurdles, and it seems that the road to resolution will not be easy for the rapper. One major obstacle for the defense is a report that has surfaced, and Rocky's lawyer has taken immediate action by asking the judge to throw out this evidence. They claim that the report is problematic, and in order to fully understand it, they would need more time, likely days, to bring in experts who could break down the information and form an independent opinion. It's an interesting development, as it puts the judge in a difficult position. The judge could decide to halt the trial and give the defense team the time they need to consult with experts, or they could deny the request and let the trial move forward, forcing Rocky's legal team to work with the evidence as it stands. What's at stake here is significant. If the judge allows the trial to continue without giving the defense adequate time to consult with experts, it could hurt Rocky's chances. But if the judge grants the request to pause the trial, it could give the defense a much-needed advantage. The decision is still up in the air, and all eyes are on how this will unfold in the coming days. The trial continues, but so does the debate over the evidence, and it's clear that both sides are preparing for a long, drawn-out legal battle.